Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I am Alex, and today we're looking at a post from the Google Research blog published on June 23, 2025. This article introduces a new method that reduces data reconstruction error by a massive 72.5% for certain types of heart data. The post is titled, Unlocking Rich Genetic Insights Through Multimodal AI with M-REGLE, and as well see, this approach leads to some really powerful improvements in predicting disease risk. So the researchers introduce a new AI method called M-REGLE, which stands for Multimodal Representation Learning for Genetic Discovery on Low-Dimensional Embeddings. The key idea is to simultaneously analyze multiple streams of health data. Think electronic health records, medical imaging, and even data from your smartwatch. By combining this data, the model can find genetic links to diseases much more effectively than looking at each data source on its own. Alright, so this diagram helps visualize the core idea. It shows how M-REGLE works by first combining different data streams, like an electrocardiogram and a photoplethysmogram, into one. This combined signal is then fed into a convolutional variational autoencoder, which is an AI model that learns a compressed signature of the data. After that, a technique called principal component analysis refines these signatures to make sure they're distinct. Finally, a genome-wide association study is used to link these signatures to specific genes. This joint approach is the key difference from older methods, which analyzed each data stream separately. Okay, so this final part of the diagram shows the payoff. Once M-REGLE has created these refined, uncorrelated embeddings from the heart data, it moves to step 3, which is genetic discovery. This is done using a technique called a genome-wide association study, or GWAS. A genome-wide association study is an approach that scans the entire set of human genes to find variations that are associated with a specific trait. Here, the trait is one of those learned heart signatures. The plot on the right shows the results, with tall peaks identifying specific genes linked to heart function. So beyond just finding these genetic links, the researchers also wanted to understand what these learned heart signatures actually represent. This figure shows a really cool interpretability experiment. They took one of the learned M-REGLE embeddings and just slightly changed its value. What we see here are the reconstructed heart signals that result from that change. On the left, changing that one number alters the T wave in the electrocardiogram, which is related to the heart's recovery after a beat. On the right, it changes the dichrotic notch in the photoplethysmogram, a feature linked to arterial stiffness. This shows the embeddings are capturing truly meaningful biological information. So, we've seen these learned embeddings are biologically meaningful, but the real test is improving disease prediction. This brings us to creating better polygenic risk scores. A polygenic risk score is a single number that summarizes a person's genetic likelihood for a disease. These plots compare risk scores for atrial fibrillation from the multimodal M-REGLE versus the older U-REGLE. On the left, we see M-REGLE is better at finding the highest risk individuals, and on the right, it achieves significantly better scores on two key performance metrics, AUCROC and AUCPR. Both of these measure predictive accuracy, and higher is better. So the multimodal approach leads to a more powerful and accurate risk score. So to bring it all together, this work on M-REGLE really shows the power of combining different types of data. Instead of looking at health signals in isolation, this joint learning approach creates a much richer and more accurate picture of our biology. The results speak for themselves, finding over 19% more genetic links with 12 lead electrocardiograms and building those more powerful polygenic risk scores we talked about. As health data from wearables becomes more common, methods like this will be crucial for turning that information into actionable health insights. That's all for this week's AI Research Roundup. Thanks for tuning in. I am your host, Alex.